You get picked on? Do you pick on a guy? Do you have to apologize at any point, CJ?
If I pick on a guy,
Yeah.
do I have to apologize?
Yeah. Do you guys pick on guys? Do you haze teammates?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's part of the clubhouse culture that you give people a hard time. One of the things currently that we sort of do on the Angels is we remit somebody to the bottom five, which is sort of in the bell curve sense who are the five dumbest guys on the team. So if somebody makes a mistake, we're like, oh man, you're going straight to the bottom five now, and they're like, oh come on, don't say that, don't tell me that.
Wait, is it a list that's out or is it posted?
No. It's a sort of ethereal ranking, So nobody wants to be on that list.
Have you been on the list?
No, that list? Of course not. Absolutely not. No. I try not to be on any lists in the clubhouse other than just, the lineup. That's it.
Has Trout been on the list?
Well, Trout's sort of immune to being on the list because he's one of the people that's always trying to put people on the list. He's like, I might be in like the middle 10, but I'm definitely not in the bottom 5. So it's pretty funny. The thing I'll say about Trout though is he's magical in every way, and he's able to discern. He knows exactly every sporting series or sporting event, like the Pacquiao Mayweather fight, or the Stanley Cup playoffs or the NBA finals. He knows exactly how each one of those is going to turn out. It's really weird. I don't know how he does it. He knows who's going to win all the horse races. It's like he's just got this thing. I think he's either from the future or he's from Krypton. So he gets a lot of things right very consistently.
Okay, but at what point do you say I can't really treat him like he's a kid? That he's the best player in baseball. It's different with that whole clubhouse mentality of you got to earn your stripes there. But how long did it take before you went, I don't think we can do that to Trout?
I mean, in 2012, it was very obvious. That was his first full year when he won Rookie of the Year and all that stuff. It was my first year here. It was very obvious that he didn't make rookie mistakes and he wasn't a stupid kid. He's raised right. His parents really raised him well. His parents were around enough to sort of help him transition into adulthood properly. He's got a very stable life. He doesn't have any really bad habits or anything like that. Other than he eats a lot of chicken wings and late night food. He eats a lot of food. That's the only thing he does that is sort of a little bit I guess different. But it's just because he's so muscular and stuff that he can just eat food and he just metabolizes it straight into muscle, doubles and on base percentage. It's really amazing.
And CJ Wilson of the Angels joining us. Your last outing caught the attention of McLovin, not because of the actual performance, but because you were talking about Game of Thrones and how you were sort of emotionally spent going into that outing. Is that a fair assessment of that?
Well, the whole thing is typically on game day, I'm reading a book and hanging out with the wife, hanging out with the dogs around the house or something like that, or if I'm on the road. That's kind of what I do. I try not to watch any TV or anything like that, but knowing that the finale was last night, I had to watch the second to last episode because it played while we were on the road, and my wife and I have a deal that we won't watch it unless we watch it with each other. So we had it queued up on DVR, and I'm like, listen, this is killing me. I got to watch this. And then I guess I'll call it the Colosseum scene where Daenerys Targaryen gets surrounded by the Sons of the Harpy, and things are looking really, really bad. I got up and walked away at one point because it's to put the dishes in the sink. I was like, I can't handle this. If she goes down right here, I think I'm done with the show. I can't stand another freaking person that you root for, because there's been so many people throughout the years that have just gotten absolutely everyone's oh yeah, this guy's gonna do it. This guy's gonna unify the Seven Kingdoms or be the good guy or whatever, and then whack, then they get their head smashed in by the mountain.
How upset were you?
About which one?
About that the Colosseum scene.
I was on the edge. I didn't get totally upset because it turned out okay, but I was very on the edge.
McLovin is a big Game of Thrones fan. Is there a question you'd like to, in Game of Thrones vernacular here? Now you can't do last night. We can't.
Did he watch last? CJ, did you watch last night?
Yes, I watched last night.
Okay, we can't spoil that. All right, so I'll give him a trivia question or a thought question on the internet.
Okay.
Who do you think Jon Snow's real parents are?
I mean, who his mom really is, because his dad was Ned Stark.
Oh,
right?
see,
So
you know what? You're not. You're an amateur.
You're saying he's actually Robert Baratheon's son?
No,
Is that what you're saying?
he's Lyanna Stark and Rhaegar Targaryen's son. Is the internet theory that he's really royalty and that he was never Ned's son? Have you ever heard that theory?
I mean, I don't read the Game of Thrones message boards, so I'm not digging that hard.
CJ Fritz or McLovin. CJ has a life. Okay, that was a brush back there. He just buzzed your tower right there, McLovin.
Well, my other question is, do ball players watch Game of Thrones? Because they call me nerdy here for watching it, but is it cool in the clubhouse to talk about Game of Thrones?
Yeah, totally. I'm pissed because a bunch of my teammates are behind, and I'm like, guys, get caught up so we can freaking talk about this, you know? But I think it's like that for a lot of shows. You know, I think there's some shows that people watch. A lot of guys like House of Cards. A lot of guys like Scandal. Some people are really into True Detective. Looking forward to the new season starting for that. I got some guys watching Bates Motel, which is a good show. So there's a lot of shows out there that I think, because we have like these weird blocks of free time where we can watch 3 to 4 hours, of compiled video at a time, and that when we're on the road in some boring city or something like that. So it allows us to catch up, and that's one of the things. It keeps kids off the street.
Do you think Sosha should be worried about this?
No, I don't think so. I think Sosha's big thing is he likes to play. I believe he plays Risk, the board game.
Yeah.
But he plays the computer version on his iPad when we fly. He plays some sort of, divide and conquer type, Game of War type things on his iPad and on his computer. He's a big strategy gamer. So I think he's wrapped up in his own thing there,
Would you rather be an all-star game pitcher or have a large role in Game of Thrones?
I mean, I'd rather be an all-star game pitcher this year. I've already pitched in the all-star game, but I'm probably not going to pitch in the all-star game this year. So I don't know. But having a large role on Game of Thrones means I got to be cool with nudity. I got to be cool with getting killed right away, or something that's possibly going to be quite objectionable, or at least against the Angels team rules.
Okay. If
I don't think full frontals are part of the thing with Artie Moreno. I don't think he'd be into that.
I thought Darren Erstad used to be naked all the time.
Yeah, that was before my time.
Oh, okay. My bad.
That's when I was on the Rangerville team. So I don't know anything. I know the Giles brothers were big on that.
Oh, yes. But those guys,
I don't know about Erstad.
Those guys used to shave their bodies and tan all the time, didn't they? The Giles brothers?
Yeah, that was like, I think it was like 22 Jump Street, with the Giles brothers. That's the stories I hear.
If I said, pick how you'll die on Game of Thrones, how would you get killed?
I mean, the only real baller way to go is like knife through the heart, which, we've seen a couple times, or the dragon eats you. I mean, that's tight. If you get killed by the dragon, that's super tight. Because then at least you're in a very select club. There's not that many people that get on screen killed by the dragon. At least like character-wise. There's like extras and stuff, but I think the whole poison thing, that's upsetting. Having Jaime Lannister cut your junk off or something, I wouldn't want to do that. But I guess, the most manly knight in the whole show is Brienne of Tarth, right? So if she's gonna chop your head off, then gangster style, then that maybe is an okay way to go. But that means you've been doing bad things because she's the oath keeper, right? So that's important.
Hey, good to have you back. Maybe we'll talk some baseball next time we talk to you. Congrats on the outing against Oakland.
All right. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it, man.
That's C.J. Wilson, Angels pitcher.